As you were at the top of the table over in Germany, as Bayern remain tip at the top of the table despite only picking a point this past weekend. Has that opened up the door for the likes of Eintracht Frankfurt? We'll look at that and more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. It's all about mashing about 13, that's right, over in Germany. And we'll get to it in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe and your one-stop shop for Bundesliga, Blackburn Rovers, Wolf football. We're going to all here under one Ruski. Of course, the gap now is just 4 points between Bayern and Frankfurt, who, of course, are the closest guys in this title race. But big old weekend up ahead to see who, of course, will take full advantage of the next round of games. We'll get into all of that in a minute. Big shout out to the members, of course. You know who you are. Big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, smash your subscribe. Your one-stop shop for Bundesliga starts right here. We're going to look back at the last round of games. Look, of course, bring it back up to date with the Super Brew and then kick on forward to this weekend's drama. So sit tight, hold on, because here we go. Alrighty then. So let's take a look back at those last round of games, and here are those results. St. Pauli, monumental win for them. 3-1 winners over Holstein Kiel to give themselves a big old boost. I went with the victory on that one. Meanwhile, Leipzig did lose heavily to Ralph Hasenhüttl's boys. 5-1 win in the end for Wolfsburg on the road. Meanwhile, Bremen and Stuttgart with a 2-2 draw. Freiburg beating my boys Mönchengladbach. 1-0 win there. Is that right? I don't think that's right. I thought they got tonked. Let me just check a little look at these scorelines here, because I'm a little bit dubious with some of these. It was a 3-1 win. Yes, let me just quadruple check these. Yeah, that was a 3-1 win for Freiburg in the end. Let's kick off forward then. Augsburg against Bochum. That was a 1-0 win. Spot on the nose for me. Union Berlin against Leverkusen. 2-1 winners for Leverkusen. Got that one bang on the nose as well. Meanwhile, Dortmund Bayern 1-1 in the Klassiker. Good point for Dortmund. Meanwhile, Mainz beat Hoffenheim 2-0 winners in the end. Great win for them. And Frankie with a big 4-0 win over Heidenheim. That's, of course, massive win for Frankie as they keep the heat at the top two, of course. So let's take a look at the table. It looks like this. Bayern, of course, 4 points clear over Frankie, who've got 3 points clear over the champions Leverkusen, who, of course, got themselves a bit of a gap between themselves and Leipzig. Dortmund and Freiburg on the outside looking in. Of course, Bochum all the way down in the bottom spot there with Holstein Kiel and Heidenheim, who, of course, started off great, but, of course, they've fallen off the pace quite dramatically at the moment. My boys Mönchengladbach dropping to 10th. But what about the state of play in the Super Brew? Well, have a look at it yourselves. It is Raymond Reddington with 153 points to his name. Summer 2018, 150. Jake Harmon as well, 146.5. Is this right? We're looking at the Italian league. Get a grip, Dirkster. Get a bloody grip. Okay, sorry. We're slipping on over to the German league. Close, sit tight, hold on, and away we go. It is, of course, Tennessee, top of the charts there with 11 points. Clasherman up there with 11. And Saki as well. Well done to those three in the medal positions. Noah doing the business as well. What about me? I think I did pretty shit. Just 8 points. This is not too shabby considering. And then, of course, looking at down the fit of the table there, not great for some of you guys. The overall leaderboard looks great because I am in the top 10. I'm sitting in 7th spot with 98.5 points. But Saki running away with 108.5. Shepherd also kicking my ass with 107 points. And Teyabi in the bronze medal spots. No movers, top 8. However, big movers down the foot of the table here, as you can see. A lot of shaking going on. But, of course, it is still early days. If you do see your name in there, that includes you, Liam VK. It does include you, Xandus. It does include you, Russell, and Taya B. Smash that like, smash the subscribe, and of course get ready for the next round of games. In order to get the predictions in, don't forget to use the link. Here it is on the old Super Brewski. There it is, 100% free. And of course we'll look forward to seeing what you got in your prediction league next time around. And these are the games, guys. Look at this fixture list, starting of course this coming Saturday with Stuttgart against Union Berlin. Some crackers in there, including the Borussia derby, Gladbach against Dortmund. Of course Frankie will go to take on Augsburg. But let's start with a trip to the MHP Arena, and at Stuttgart it's up against Union Berlin. Sebastian Hoeneß in 9th spot right now, 70 points for the campaign. Not the greatest campaign. They are competing on multiple fronts. Just one defeat though in the last 4. Up against Union Berlin, who did have a good start to the campaign, but now winless in the last 6 matches. They're 11th in the table with 16 points for the campaign. They played each other 13 times since 2016, 4 wins. Stuttgart 3 wins. Union Berlin, there's been 6 draws between the two sides. Last couple of games at this very venue were both at Stuttgart, and they came out top with a 2-0 win last time around in the Bundesliga. Also a 1-0 win in the DFB Pokal back in October 2023. Stuttgart have won 3 on the bounce against Union Berlin. In fact, they've not conceded a goal against them in the last 3. Speaking of not conceding a goal, Stuttgart on the back of a 3-0 win over Regensburg in the DFB Pokal round of 16. Union Berlin last match was against Leverkusen, losing, of course, according to my data anyway. The odds here, 10-7 on is your Stuttgart, 27-10 is the draw, 50-4 your Union Berlin. I think Stuttgart will win this. Gone with a 3-1 win in the end. Big win for Stuttgart to continue their run against Union Berlin. Let's go Leverkusen up against St. Pauli now at the Bay Arena, as Leverkusen under Xabi Alonso have won 3 on the bounce. They are third in the table, 23 points for the campaign. Up against St. Pauli under Alexander Blezin. They are 15th in the table with 11 points to the name. Speaking of 11 points, they played 11 times, these two clubs, since 1995. Just 4 wins. 4 wins for Leverkusen, 3 wins for St. Pauli. There's been 4 draws between the two sides. The last time they played competitively was back in April 2011 at the Bay Arena. It was a 2-1 win for Leverkusen. Speaking of 2-1 wins, they also picked up a 2-1 win over Union Berlin most recently. Up against St. Pauli, they're picking up a monster win against Holstein Kiel. 3-1 win last time around as well. The odds though for this one, 92 on is your Bayer Leverkusen, 6-1 the draw, 70-2 is your St. Pauli, who are not going to win this game. It's going to go to the hosts. I'm going to go with it with a 3-0 win, keeping yet another clean sheet against them. Bayern up against Heidenheim, coming out of the Allianz Arena, is Bayern under Vinny Company. They are 92% form for them right now, just one blip on the resume. That was a draw last time around. The previous 5 matches prior to that, 5 wins on the bounce. I guess Heidenheim have whole shit bit of form right now. 16th in the table, 10 points for the campaign, 17% form, which equates to 4 defeats on the spin. They played each other 3 times though since 2019. 2 wins for Bayern, 1 for Heidenheim. 0 draws thus far. The last time they played at this venue, 6 goals in it, 4-2 in favour of Bayern back in November 2023. Bayern, though, on the back of that 1-1 draw, it's Dortmund. Heidenheim picking up a 4-0 loss to Frankie to make it back-to-back games without a goal in all competitions and all venues. 9-1 on is your Bayern, 8-1 is the draw, 20-1 is your long shots. Heidenheim are struggling. They're playing the wrong team at the moment, and that is going to be Bayern, and they're going to come out top heavy. 4-0 winners, it might even be more than that. Frankie up against Augsburg, of course, Frankie in 2nd spot up against Augsburg, who are all the way down into 13th right now, but on good bit of form as well. Coming at you at the Deutsche Park, Frankfurt under Dino Topmuller, 6 wins on the bounce. They are 2nd in the table, 26 points for the campaign. Up against Augsburg under Just Torup, they are 13th in the table, 15 points for the campaign, just 1 defeat in the last 6. Now, they played each other 26 times since 2008. There's been 9 wins apiece, and there's been 8 draws between the two sides, with the last match at this very venue being a 3-1 win for Frankie back in April 2024. Frankfurt only lost once of the last 6 against Augsburg. That was back in December 2023. But Augsburg looking good, just 1 defeat in the last 6, and that 1 defeat was against Bayern at the Allianz Stadium back in November the 22nd. Frankfurt, though, on the back of a couple of good wins, actually 6 wins on the spin, but back-to-back away wins, picking up a win over Mönchengladbach in the Europa League, and then Heidenheim on the road in the league as well. The odds for this one, Frankie are 20-11 on for the victory, 3-1 is the draw, 90-4 is your away win. Frankfurt look good right now, and I tell you what, they're not going to stop here. Going to go with a 3-1 win over Augsburg to continue their recent goal scoring exploits and good form as well. Bochum, though, they'll take on Werder Bremen coming at you this coming Saturday, December the 7th of the Vonovia Ruhr Stadion. Bochum under Dieter Hecking, down into 18th right now. They are rock bottom, just 2 points all season long. Up against Bremen under Oli Werner, they are 12th for 16 points for the campaign, just 1 win in the last 4. They're on 50% form for them right now. They played each other 30 times since 1992. 4 wins for Bochum, 21 wins for Bremen. There's been 5 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue, it was a 1-1 draw back in January 2024. Looking at it, not much to get excited about for Bochum, who coming into this on the back of that 1-0 loss to Augsburg to make it back-to-back games without a goal. Bremen, though, on the back of that 2-2 draw against Stuttgart, and that was at their own backyard as well. The odds here for this one, Bochum are 21-10 for the victory, 12-5 the draw, 5-4 is your away win. I'm thinking Bochum gets something out of this. Going to go with a 1-1 draw again. They've only had a couple of points all season long. This will be their 3rd. And they might even get challenged for the victory here. I've just got a feeling that they're going to get something soon. And this is a game that they could look at as maybe as potential a 3-pointer. But I don't think they'll get over the line in the end. Holstein Kiel, they're going to be taking on RB Leipzig, who are on really shitty form right now. In fact, Holstein Kiel coming into this on better form than Leipzig. They're on 17% form up against Leipzig, who are on 8% form, of course, at the Holstein Stadion. Kiel, though, all the way down to 17th right now, just 5 points for the campaign. Up against Leipzig under Marco Rose. They are 4th in the table, 21 points for the campaign. They played each other 6 times in 2010, 2 wins Holstein Kiel 4 wins. RB Leipzig, the last time they played at Holstein Kiel was in the 3rd division, Dritte Bundesliga. 2-0 win as it was for Leipzig back in February 2014. Holstein Kiel, they're losing to St. Pauli most recently. Leipzig losing heavily to Wolfsburg as well. Goodness gracious me, that was at home. 4-1 is your Holstein Kiel, 30-8 on is your Leipzig, 3-1 is your draw. Leipzig have been dog shit of late, really have been woeful, but they're going to get back to anyways here. Going to go with a 2-0 win. Nothing too blasé. Just a rudimentary victory and get back into consideration as well for remaining in that top 4. Meanwhile, my boys, Borussia Mönchengladbach will take on Borussia Dortmund, the game of the round. That's right, coming out to the Borussia Park. Gladbach under Gerardo Sione. They have just lost once of the last 5. They're 10th in the table, 17 points for the campaign. Up against Dortmund, they're in 5th with 20 points for the campaign. Now, they've played each other 64 times since 1992. 17 wins Gladbach, 37 wins Dortmund, 10 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue was a 2-1 win for Dortmund back in April 2024. Dortmund have won 4 of the last 5 between these two sides. However, Mönchengladbach only losing once of the last 3 at this very venue, and that last defeat was the last game they played at this venue. Gladbach, though, on the back of that 3-1 win over Freiburg. Dortmund picking up a draw against Bayern most recently, and on a good bit of form of late. The odds for this one, 23-20 is your Gladbach, 21-10, or actually 21-20 is your Dortmund, and a 30-5 is the draw. I think I am leaning on the fence for a draw here. I think there'll be a lot of drama, a lot of goals, a lot of controversy, and there'll be a 2-2 in the end in Mönchengladbach. And then into the final 2 is Wolfsburg, is Mainz, coming out on Sonntag, December the 8th. They have played each other 44 times since 1993. 19 wins Wolfsburg, 10 wins Mainz, 15 draws between the two sides, both sides in pretty decent form. 83% form for Wolfsburg under Ralf Hasenhüttl. They're 8th in the table, 18 points for the campaign. Up against Mainz and the Bo Henriksen, they're 7th, 19 points for the name. Just one defeat in the last 6. Last time I played, of course, at the Volkswagen Arena, it was a 3-1 win for Mainz back in May 2024. Of course, Mainz just winning once of the last 5 against Wolfsburg. We've got a good record in recent times. And speaking of good records, their record is great. 3 wins on the bounce, including a 5-1 win at Leipzig back in 30th of November. Mainz also picking up a win over Hoffenheim to make it back-to-back clean sheets. 3 wins on the spin. How do you want to look at it? And including a good result against their bitter rivals, Dortmund. The odds for this one, though, Wolfsburg 11-10 for the victory, 30-5. Yeah, Mainz 23-10 is a draw. Wolfsburg look good this year, and but I think Mainz are also a decent side, an awkward team. I think they'll get something out of this game as well. 1-1 in the end. And then we're going to wrap it all up with a trip to Hoffenheim. That's right, the Play Zero Arena. Hoffenheim under Christian Ilsner. Just 1 win the last 6. They're 14th for the table up against Freiburg. Julian Schuster, 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. They sit 6th in the table, 20 points for the campaign. Up against Hoffenheim at 14th with 12 points to the name. 32 times they have played since 2007. We have 7 wins Hoffenheim, 14 wins Freiburg, 11 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue was a 2-1 win for Freiburg, who've won 3 on the spin against Hoffenheim. In fact, they're unbeaten against them over the last 6. Picking up just the one blip in the resume was a 0-0 draw back in September 2022 at this venue. Mainz beating Hoffenheim last time around. Back-to-back games now without a goal. In fact, 3 of the last 4 matches, Hoffenheim have failed to score. Meanwhile, Freiburg on the back of a shock loss to Bielefeld. I mean, Bielefeld in the DFB Pokal, round of 16, of course. That was on the road. The odds for this one, 70-10 is your Hoffenheim, 70-10 is your Freiburg. The bookies count the side. 11-5 is the draw. I think I'm leaning towards a Freiburg victory here. Going to go with a 2-1 narrow win, just about enough. And, of course, to continue their amazing season, flying high in the Bundesliga. That's my picks, guys. Don't forget to get your own in using the link. That's the Super Brew. And, of course, we'll see you on the other side when we return for some more drama over in the Bundesliga. Until then, subscribe, smash the like. Catch you later. We're done.